Hi guys, it's your typical science partners, Daniel Kingsley
and Joyce Ann Paxton,
here to inform you about Marfan syndrome.
Marfan syndrome is a disorder that weakens the connective tissue,
the glue that holds the body together.
Marfan syndrome was first discovered by Anton Marfan in 1896.
Hint, that is where the name of the disorder originated, but it is also commonly known as arachnodactyly, which means spider-like fingers in Greek.
People who have this disorder have long arms, legs, fingers, and are very tall and thin. They could also have a curved spine,
scoliosis,
flat feet, crowded teeth, eye problems,
nearsightedness,
or a chest that sinks in. All these problems are due to the unstable connective tissue in these body structures.
In addition to the outer effects that Marfan syndrome has on a person's outward appearance, many people who have Marfan syndrome might also have collapsed lungs, a poor nervous system, weak joints, fragile bones, and heart problems, which is the most severe symptom.
This is because of the main blood vessel,
the aorta,
does not function properly. Then it cannot pump blood to the rest of the body.
Or the aorta could rupture, which is fatal 90 to 95% of the time.
However, Marfan syndrome does not affect a person's intelligence.
In general, people with Marfan syndrome can live up to 70 years, provided that they do not have a very serious heart condition.
Although Marfan syndrome is a very serious disease, it is not particularly common since it is only found in 1 out of 5,000 people.
This includes both men and women from all races and ethnic groups. This disorder of connective tissue is caused by a mutation in the FBN1 gene, which codes for the large protein fibrillin-1.
This protein has been sequenced by geneticists.
FBN1 is located on the long arm of chromosome 15 at position 21.1.
This mutation starts with a single change in an amino acid.
Because this amino acid is changed, it cannot correctly make the fibrillin-1 protein, causing reductions in the production of the protein, or an alteration of the protein structure, or impairment of its transport around the cell.
These problems cause a lack in the production of microfibrils, parts of the connective tissue, and thus an excess in the production of TGF-beta growth factors. This results in the reduction of the elasticity of tissue, overgrowth, and instability in the connective tissue. Looking at a Punnett square, Marfan syndrome is a dominant allele that is inherited in an autosomal dominant fashion.
Which means that a person with Marfan syndrome has a 50% chance that they can pass it down to their child.
3 out of every 4 people who have Marfan syndrome inherit it, while 1 out of 4 people got it from a new mutation.
However, even though Marfan syndrome is not always inherited, it is always heritable.
Unfortunately, there is no treatment to reverse the abnormality in the production of the fibrillin-1, which causes Marfan syndrome.
But people who have this disorder can receive treatment for the symptoms that are caused by the weakness of the connective tissue. These treatments include eyeglasses for the nearsightedness and braces for back problems.
The main treatment patients receive is a prescription of beta blockers to reduce the pressure inside the aorta by slowing down the heart rate and contractions.
Currently, there is no research being conducted on Marfan syndrome.
But a test on mice with similar fibrillin deficiencies in aortic strains can be applied to Marfan syndrome in the future.
There are also tests going on to see if a drug for high blood pressure, larcetan, could be effective in treating aortic enlargement. Hey Joyce, now do you think you know everything you need to know about Marfan syndrome?
I think I do.
Well, that may be true, but here's something that you don't need to know. Did you know that some geneticists think that our late great President Abraham Lincoln had Marfan syndrome?
Wow, that sure is a fun fact. And it also proves that even with Marfan syndrome, people can achieve great things. We're excited!
Because plagiarism is not acceptable at Hayfield Secondary School.
Thanks for watching.
Created using Powtoon.